Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well. Today we are back in the Asian Champions League and it is a massive game here at Beijing Guoan as we take on the team who we could have chosen over our current club in Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors from Korea, and it is in the quarterfinals. We'll have both leagues for you today as well as highlights from the domestic games either side of that. So if you're looking forward to it, and I hope you are, remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and also if you haven't done so already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning the notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. So we'll get some highlights out the way before we crack into the first leg, the away leg of this massive game. As I said, this is a really big one. Bit nervous about this one because Korean League is higher rated than the Chinese League, and Korean players in general a bit better than Chinese players. So in theory, this could be a very difficult game for us if we can get through this. I'm quite confident of going all the way, but I feel like this is a big test for us. If we pass this, I'm going to gain confidence from it. But leading into this game, since yesterday's episode where we took on Hyundai China Fortune in the Super League, if you missed that episode, I will leave a link in the top right corner. But we got the job done over them to secure top spot in the league by a decent margin. And off the back of that, our form continues to be good. So we go into this game in a nice patch of form. First up, off the back of yesterday's episode, a very entertaining game against the Kangjiao Mighty Lions, a great team name, away from home, a real topsy-turvy affair. But in the end, we got the job done for free. Not a good start from us in this game. Giving away a penalty in the 18th minute, we nearly get to the penalty. Our goalkeeper, but it finds the back of the net with a little help from the woodwork, and it was 1-0 after 18 minutes. But then in the 25th minute, you can see a foul in the background there, but Tian just carried on anyway and rocketed one into the left-hand side of goal, and we were back at 1-1 just after they made it 1-0. And then right before half-time, Howe with a nice free kick getting through the goalkeeper's grasp to make it 2-1. But then straight after half-time, it was Valbuena who equalised and made it 2-2. And then Zhang putting in a few tackles there, just couldn't get possession for us. A ball over the top for Valbuena again, beats the goalkeeper at the near post, which was a bit disappointing. And it was 3-2 with about 15 minutes to go, but we fought back to get a win out of this game. Really good late heart shown for us. Tian again with a nice little fizzer along the ground into the right-hand corner. And then very late on, we had a free kick. Howe puts us in the mixer, headed on from Huang, and Soleil's there to nod it away at the far post, and we escape with a 4-3 win. And if you look at the stats, we really should have been winning this game anyway. We had a lot more shots than our opposition, a lot more on target, just not as good a chances that we were creating compared to our opposition. Now, I suppose the XG suggests that. Hit the woodwork a few times, but in the end, we did get the job done. A very entertaining game, albeit it took us a little while to get the job done, but thankfully we did. So a good performance there, considering we put out a heavily rotated team. And off the back of this, another pretty entertaining game in the FA Super Cup semi-final where we took on Guangzhou, an FA team down the bottom end of the table. It took us a long time to strike in this game, but in the end we ran out 3-1 winners. We conceded first again in this game. You can see a bit of a messy start from an attempted interception, but they get the ball forward to Zhao and he buries it in the bottom left corner. And that was one of their first shots of the game just after halftime. So it was 1-0. You can see it's not until the 81st minute that we equalise. Hey, back to Wei. Look out. Another thunderbolt from outside of the box from him. That is what he does, and he makes it 1-1. And then a few minutes later, we grab the lead for the first time in the game. Chen just inside the box, squares one for Wei outside the box again. Too much power gets through Zhao's hands in goal, and we go 2-1 up. And then right on the 90-minute mark, we make it free to absolutely secure our way into the FA Super Cup final. Chen from outside the box, another fizzer similar to what Tian got in the previous game to go in the bottom left corner. And in the end, we win 3-1. You look at the stats, and I struggle to see how he got behind at all in that game. They barely fired a shot, but somehow had the lead. Luckily, we kicked into gear in those last 10 minutes and end up with a 3-1 win, which sees us going through to the FA Cup Super Final, which is played over 2 legs here in China, and it's right at the end of the season, so that could be some interesting stuff later on. We're going to be taking on the Hyundai China Fortune as they defeated Guangzhou 1-0 after extra time. So it will be Hyundai again in the FA Super Cup final, which we will be bringing to you guys in some form at the end of the season, depending on how well we do in this Champions League, I suppose, because that could get interesting if it's sandwiched in between those games or either side of it. Could be interesting, but we're in the final anyway. And then coming into this game, we took on Henan Jiangyi and picked up a more comprehensive 3-0 win at home. A much better start from us in this game. 6 minutes gone. How over to Tian is able to just get on the wrong side of his defender here and fire one into the top right corner. He has been such a good backup winger option for us this season, Tian. And we got off to an early lead. It took us until the 62-minute mark to double the score. Tian with a lovely ball for Hu Xiao Wei with his first goal of the season, our young striker who's been back up to Wang most of the season. But of course, we have been moving Oceania up there when we feel the need, but that made it 2. And then late on, a nice ball played over for Tian by Chen, and that made it 3-0. So in the end, a pretty comprehensive victory. Stat-wise, not our most dominant performance. Henan can feel a little bit unlucky not to get a goal there, but in the end, a lot more clinical than what we were with our chances in this game than the previous games, and we picked up a more comfortable win than the previous 2 games, as you would be able to tell by those highlights. So we come into this game still in a really good run of form. Been a long time since we've tasted defeat or even drawn a game now. It's been a good little patch, which is great to be able to say going into this game. And what that means in the Super League table, we are now 10 points clear with 6 games to go. If we can pick up some wins in the games in between these 2 Champions League quarter-final legs that we show you guys today, we might even wrap up the title mid-episode, but we're definitely in a good spot and should be winning the title here no matter what, even with that rotation team. With the games that we've got left here, it should be going to plan and we should be winning the title, which is good to be able to say. Haibi in second and Shanghai Port in third. Guangzhou 16 points behind us. That's really pushing it, but as I say, should be taking home the title, so we can definitely use the rotated team in the league from now on and really focus the first team on the Champions League and Cup finals, which is a good position to be in. But today's opposition are from South Korea. Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, of course, the team that we turned down in favour of Beijing Guoan after we left SuperSport United. You can see they are currently first in the K-League, a decent team. Obviously, they're not cakewalking it. They're only 2 points clear of the Suwon Blue Wings, but there's a big gap back to third. So a very good team. They did better than us in their group stage. They actually went through nearly undefeated. I think they were 5 from 5 at one stage from memory. So very good team, higher reputation league than ours. They rank second in Asia, and we are down in 5th league reputation-wise. So in theory, this should be a game that they are potentially favourites for. So this is a really tough test for us, but our boys are in a really good space at the moment. If we show you guys our dynamics page, we're getting quite close to getting up to the highest team cohesion. Our club atmosphere going down slightly, but still excellent. And the managerial support is also quite good. So team dynamic wise, we should be in a better place than most teams are, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage and get a good result here in the away league and then take them home and hopefully get the job done there as well. But we go into today's game with no injury concerns at all, so that's nice to say. We'll have the first choice lineup out there for this game, and we'll come back shortly from the Jeonju World Cup Stadium in South Korea for the first leg of this massive Asian Champions League quarterfinal. So here is the Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors team for this game. Not familiar with too many of the names here, but they are playing a 5 at the back system, 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs, 3 midfielders, and then 2 up front. So an interesting system, 5 at the back, something we have struggled to break down at times this year. We are our usual starting 11 for this game and bench as good as we can get it. So we go into this game with no complaints. We are in our green and we'll be kicking off playing left to right, and Jeonbuk are in the all white, the New Zealand kind of colours in soccer terms anyway, and we are in possession earlier, making a good attack as Joe Willock in the box, but a nice slide tackle there, no penalty, but we will have a corner to be fair. He did win the ball, but we're looking good early doors, looking to get an attack on the go. Oristanio puts the corner in, Soleil heads it over the bar, and it does remain 0-0 early. 7 minutes gone here, and it is Jeonbuk with a throw-in, and Moon finds Khan, I believe that was, but Fan Yanan puts a good tackle in, albeit his clearance goes straight back to Jeonbuk, and they look to get their first attack of the game going. Of course, the Korean league leaders, a high reputation league, expecting a tough test from these guys as they make their way forward, and Kang, the South Korean right back, has tripped up a player from a team from his home country. I'm not too sure if he is Korean with a last name like that, the Jeonbuk player, but it's been given. VAR won't even bother checking it. Look pretty clear cut. And Jeonbuk with an early chance to go ahead, and they just sneak that by Junji in goal. And just like that, we are 1-0 down. Jeonbuk something has got the goal for them. It's a really long name, that one. And a fair penalty, and we go 1-0 down after 8 minutes in this Champions League quarterfinal. 19 minutes gone here, and it's another throw in for Jeonbuk. I believe the goal scorer's last name was Jalodinov, but don't hold me to that. But I think that's what I've got the pronunciation down to in between highlights. But we do get position back here and look to get an attack going ourselves, of course. 1-0 at home for Jeonbuk. Not a bad result for us. If we can get some away goals, that would actually be great. Wang Zhong from outside the box, just wide. Good chance. Away goals we are after here today, though, and it does remain 1-0. 28 minutes gone here, and it's a goal kick to Jeonbuk, but we do intercept it from the flick on header, and it's Kang looking to get a bit going after he gave away that first penalty for us. We clear that out from the goalkeeper away to Hay. A little bit of loose passing, but we are able to keep possession, and now Kang storms down this right-hand side, as we said, looking to get a bit of redemption for earlier on in the game, back to Wei, who can score those wonderful goals from outside the box, as you were seeing in the highlights. One with a ball forward, it is cut out by Richards, and Park boots it long, but Kang yet again is able to get on the ball for us, and he makes his way forward, plays Willikin on the edge of the box on the byline as well, back for Kang. What can he do? Just being stood up by his defender there now. Wei outside the box, puts a ball in. It's a deflection, and Wang gets a goal. I tell you what, there's a lot of luck about that. The ball was meant for Anderson. It hits the defender right in the arse by the look of it and falls straight to Wang, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. It's a very, very fortunate goal, but we will take it, and it could be oh so important, the away goals we get today. Nice ball from Wei. You can see it's going for Anderson. The defender just turns at the wrong time, and it fair scones him and falls straight to Wang. And just like that, it's 1-1 after half an hour as we check the onside. But Wei, you can see both of them are about a good stride onside. Bit of good fortune, but we're back at level terms. And that is half time in the first leg of this Champions League quarter-final. Pretty quiet game highlight-wise, but you can see stat-wise, we've really dominated there. If you take out their penalty, they have not done much here at all today, Jeonbuk. So really happy with how this is going. And a 1-1 result I would actually take, because that away goal could prove quite important, but we're certainly building nicely over that first half. And if we can keep that going in the second half, there's no reason for us to think that we can't get another away goal. And as I said, the away goals could be oh so crucial over two legs against a good team like Jeonbuk Hyundai. So I think we're going to carry on in the second half, although Joe Willock is on a 6.4 rating, so we might make some changes there. We've also got a few players on yellow cards. The discipline so far not great, giving away that penalty and picking up a few yellows, but we'll take Joe Willock off here. I think what we're going to do is bring Tian on for him and switch Anderson to the right wing, because he can play there. So we'll make that change right now. Tian, of course, has been a really good touch for us in those off-camera games with the rotation team. So we'll give him a chance here. Switch Anderson to the other wing, and we'll get going in the second half at 1-1 in the first leg with that crucial away goal. 50 minutes gone, and we have a throw-in in a good area of the pitch for us, and the ball goes straight to Tian. Oceania puts a ball across, cut out by Lee, but we're back in position in a really nice spot. Ball over for Kang, heads down for Wang, and it's a good chance, but hits it over the bar. That was a great chance, but it's still 1-1. And now we have another throw-in, albeit this time inside our own half, but a nice ball there for Wang from Oceania when we're on the attack again. Gets inside his man, has a shot, Park just parries it away, but keeps it in play. And it does remain 1-1 after 52 minutes here. But we are looking good in the early stages of the second half, although we are on the ball again here, so I won't wrap things up quite yet as the ball goes out to Kang. He makes his way forward down that right-hand side, certainly getting into this game quite nicely. We are after going down earlier. Slide tackle on Kang, but Anderson keeps possession for us there. Puts the ball across. Tian at the far post and straight off the bench gets another goal, and we are 2-1 up in the away league after 57 minutes, and that is exactly what we're after from this tie. A win in the away league would be oh so good for us, especially with those away goals, and it's looking more likely now. Even if we do go on to tie this game, those two away goals could be important. Really nice work from Anderson, a good bit of hustle from him there, and Tian given a lot of space at the far post, and we are now 2-1 up, albeit Jeonbuk have a chance to get right back in this, it looks like, as they hold the ball on the right-hand corner, and Hay has had a brain explosion. Now, I just got rid of the sub thing there. Yeah, that's not ideal from pretty much our only good CDM. This has happened to us before, though, in this save. We've got one of our midfielders red card anyway. Absolute brain explosion, as we said, but I don't think we're actually going to change anything, because in the past, we've still performed well with those two midfielders in the advanced playmaker and box-to-box role, so I think we're just going to leave things as they are, but boy, our discipline's been poor today. It could prove costly in the second leg as well, but will carry on at 2-1, but with 10 men for the last half hour. Albeit Jeonbuk now have a free kick. It goes to the far post. The goalkeeper doesn't get there. And Kim Jae-ho has made it 2-2. And red cards so far in this save haven't proved too costly. I remember a time at Hamilton Wanderers and then a couple at SuperSport last year where we were still able to win despite them. But this is a pretty big game for that to be going against the Tide. And it is now 2-2. 63 minutes gone and Jeonbuk do have a free kick. They'll be looking to take advantage now with that extra man on the pitch. We are just looking to cling on if we can create any chances and hopefully we can take them because that would be absolute gold dust. Still happy with the 2 away goals in this stage. Well, it's a lovely ball for Tian. Great chance, but he hoofs it over the bar. That's the type of chances we need to be taking this in that situation, but it's still 2-2, albeit Jeonbuk do now have a throw in and they find May, who's on a yellow card. So a few players in this game picking up cards. Moon makes his way forward, but Tian with a good interception, and we look to get something going down this left-hand side. Fan to Tian, just keeping possession, which is good. Makes his way in field, nearly loses it, and nearly gives it away there. And now we do. That's a bit of poor play from us, especially the pass from Soleil. Now Lee up to Kim. On the edge of the box, Kim Jae-soo. What can he do? Puts the ball across. It's an absolute mess, and somehow we keep that out of the back of the net. And it's still 2-2. 73 minutes gone here, and we have a corner. Great chance for us from set piece. Soleil gets his head to it, but Park Bong-jin is in a great position to hold the save there for Jeonbuk. But we do get possession back and look to mount another attack as Anderson. Nice pass there for Oristanio, and he makes it 3-2. That is a huge goal with 10 men, and we've got the advantage not just in this league, but in the tie, and of course 3 away goals. As we've said throughout this game, that could prove so important as this game has been very even, especially since it's gone down to 10 men, of course. But that is a gold dust goal with the man disadvantage. Nice finish by Oristanio in the bottom right corner after being slotted through from Anderson. And it is 3-2 at the 75-minute mark. And I think we're going to make a change here with some players on red hearts, both Anderson and Oristanio. They have just set up a goal for us, but both on yellows as well, so I feel like we should take them off. We've got 10 who can come in straight for Anderson, and for Oristanio, we have got Zeng, who's the best midfielder on the bench, so these guys can get a bit more stuck into tackles now as well, which helps. But 3-2 up with quarter of an hour to go, and it's looking a little bit better for us, even though we're still down to 10 men. And then before those substitutions can even come on the field, it is Jeonbuk with our highlights, so this would be a little bit disappointing if they scored here because haven't had the chance to make those subs and potentially a few midfielders who can put a few more tackles and they square a ball. Good chance there for the man who scored earlier, and then Kim. Somehow Junji's kept that out. We've had a couple now that we've really scrambled off the line, albeit they were offside for that second shot. And we get to make those changes now. Zeng in the box tries to square one. It's cleared away from Jeonbuk, and they're on the attack again here through Kim Yo-hwan. And it is still 3-2 with only 13 left to go. It's a good ball there for the double J, but he misses this time. Still 3-2 with 12 to go. 88 minutes gone here, and it's a throw in to Jeonbuk looking to equalise in this home league, which they'll be a bit disappointed with at the moment, but we are happy, and hopefully we can keep this scoreline the way it is. We'll see down the bottom, Kang Jung-min has picked up a yellow, and that has some ramifications, which we'll get into at the end of the game, but Jeonbuk back on the ball. They do keep possession here through Kim Yo-hwan. He makes his way in field, cutting inside, back for Lee, has a shot, and Lee Junji for us tips that over the bar, so it does remain 3-2 as we have 5 added minutes about to come up. Hopefully we can deal with this corner as we do that through Diakabe. Tian on the run down this left wing, the highlight cut short. We don't mind that. 3-2 as we get into injury time. 94 minutes gone. We have a goal kick. They've had a few shots since that highlight in the 88th minute, but they've been pretty harmless, well off target as we look to really waste time here. We've got them on frequently wasting time, very low tempo. So hopefully we can keep possession. That's a really poor clearance from Lee Junji though, and Double J makes his way forward, tries to slot someone through. Soleil with the clearance, then Tian. Only 20 seconds left. They try and keep possession. We cut it out. Let's just keep the score at 3-2. We'll take that with 10 men. We'll take the win away from home anyway, but especially with 10 men. Kang Jung-min with the slide tackle there. It will be a late corner for Jeonbuk as they look to equalise in the last dying seconds of this game. Can someone get their head to it for us? They can't, but Kang with the clearance. Tian's going to try and get on the end of this. He does, and that's full time. That is a really good result for us. with only 10 men for the last half hour of that game. We really battled. It was a topsy-turvy game, but in the end, we get through with a 3-2 win, so we can take them to the home league, albeit we're going to be missing Hay after that red card, and also Kang Jung-min, because he was already on enough yellow cards that he's now going to miss the second leg as well. So those two are our best right backs in the squad, so we're going to be really testing the depth at both right back and CDM for the second leg. So we might have to make some changes there, and these guys can come into the domestic second choice team, which I suppose is a bonus. Might be able to wrap up the title even sooner than we might have thought, but really good performance in the end. You can see that Jeonbuk really kicked into gear in that second half, especially after the red card, but we just did enough to get the result. 3-2 as we go into the second leg. We'll come back shortly with that game as well as highlights from the games before that game before we crack into things. So we are back, having played a few games since that big 3-2 away win. That could be oh so crucial. Hopefully it is. And off the back of that, because we had such a big break between these two Super League games after that, you can see a really good space for us with an international break in the middle. We were able to put out a fair few of the first choice players again in this game against Guangzhou. That was a team who did test us quite a bit when we put out the first choice in the FA Super Cup semi-final. So it felt like this was a game that could warrant the use of all those first team players again, but we were really good in this game with a thumping 7-1 win at home. Got off to a good start in this game, a 6-minute corner, Oristanio finding Diakabe's head, bottom right corner, and we go 1-0 up, and then 13 minutes later, Anderson making his way inside the box, back out for Hay, just outside, finds Oristanio, who has come up from his box-to-box roll, slots it away, bottom right corner, and we go 2-0 up. Then he has a corner again, and Diakabe makes it 2 for the game, 3-0 at the 20-minute mark, and we were flying here. Then after 30 minutes, Anderson making his way forward, finds Oristanio, back over to Anderson, really nice goal for us there, and it was 4-0 after half an hour. It felt like we were cruising at that stage. Unfortunately, this is when we conceded. They hold the ball up quite nicely outside the box, and Jung from a very tight angle gets a bit of help from the underbar of the top crossbar there and makes it 4-1 at halftime. But right after the break, we made it 5. Nice ball there for Anderson from Zhuang, and that was 5-1 just after halftime. Then in the 60th minute, you can see Du Hui on the ball, back for Anderson, who hit a barnstormer. Chen with the header, a little bit of a deflection, and it ends up being an own goal, but that made it 6-1. And then it was Anderson completing his hat-trick in the 84th minute. Lovely ball from Chen, puts it away, bottom right corner, and we pick up a very comprehensive 7-1 win. One of our best performances of the season. Not many shots overall, but very clinical. You can see our XG thoroughly outperformed it. Really good to see that happening, and a very good win for us there. In fact, Oristanio was playing striker because Wang was away having a holiday because he was a little bit tired after that Jeonbuk game. And with that big gap in between those two legs, we thought we may as well give him a rest. So he's ready to go today. But a nice victory for us there. 7-1, great stuff. And then we came back from the break, put out a fairly heavily rotated team, of course, with the exception of Hay and Kang Jung-min, who could come into this game having been suspended for today's second leg. And we only were able to pick up a 1-1 draw away from home at Wuhan Zoll, but we were probably a little bit fortunate to get that. It was Wuhan who opened the scoring in the 5th minute from a counter-attacking corner. I think we had our right back taking corners, and that might have messed up our defensive system here from those. So we were left a bit exposed there in the 5th minute, and they took advantage, but then it took us a long time to get parity in this game. Chen with a nice ball for Jia, and he made it 1-1 at the 70-minute mark. Another young striker getting his first goal for the club. That's how it stayed. Look at the stats. We were, as I say, only really deserved the draw at best out of that game. So happy we got the point, and it does keep us picking up the points and putting us in a good position to be taking out the league. But not a great performance from us there. They had more shots overall, but we still had a slightly higher XG, so I suppose it's a fair result. But based on the highlights we saw, it didn't really click into gear until very late. But we got a little bit fortunate picking up a point there away from home. But what that does mean is we are still 10 points clear, but now with only 4 games left in the league. So if things go well today, and then off the back of that, hopefully we can pick up this Chinese Super League soon. And that will be the case if we can win our next game, and that is against Zhejiang Greentown, who are down in the relegation zone. So hopefully the next time we play in the Super League, we can wrap up the title. But today, it's the second leg of that Champions League quarterfinal, and as you know, we've got a few suspensions to deal with in this game. The areas that we're looking at here are right back and CDM. Fujayan is the only right back we've got left in the squad. Look, he's not very good, but he's doing a decent job for us actually when we do use him. 6.86 overall rating. So he's going to get his chance in a massive game here today. And in the CDM role, Zheng Jing will get a run in the first team as well. A bit high quality. Don't have as many issues putting him in this team. And he's got another decent rating overall this season as well. So a few changes to the team there. But in the end, not too many. And hopefully that can see us through after getting that first leg result. And hopefully we can get ourselves into the Champions League semi-finals here in Asia. Before we get into that as well, we do have the other ties to update you guys on. Shanghai Port and Shandong Luneng, the one we are keeping a big eye on. And Shanghai Port hold a 1-0 lead going into the second leg. We don't mind that because they're a team we've beaten this year. And Shandong Luneng, despite struggling a little bit, we haven't actually beaten this year. So if we can go through and get them, I'll take it. On the other side of the draw, Al Juhail and Al Nassr are still locked at 0-0, but Al Saad in a very strong position. One of the past recent winners of this competition from Qatar, 4-0 up over Shabab Al Ali. But we'll come back shortly, run you guys through the team sheets again, and then crack into the second leg with a 3-2 lead as we go home against Jeonbuk Hyundai, trying to make our way into the semis here in Asia of the Champions League. So here is our team as we ran through before, the 4-3-3 again, just those changes at right back and CDM, and a few on the bench because of that, but otherwise pretty good. Not ideal, but we'll go with it. And Jeonbuk have changed their formation to a 4-2-3-1 going into this game. So as you'd expect, being a goal down, looking to be a slightly more attacking perhaps. But as I said in the first leg, those 3 away goals we got could prove oh so important here. And we are kicking off playing right to left. Same colours as the first leg, so nice and easy. And hopefully we can get an early goal and get a 2-goal cushion because that would certainly help as we make our way forward early through Willock. But we're in a strong position anyway with a 3-2 lead as Fu tries to put a ball in, it's blocked, goes out for a throw-in, still 0-0. 10 minutes gone here and it's a goal kick to Jeonbuk. A chance each way so far, but the shots are pretty wasteful, well off target, so it remains 0-0. And we still have the 1-goal advantage from that first leg as we look to get something going here after Jeonbuk do turn the ball over, but that we do the same. And now Kim with a chance, slide tackle there from one of our defenders, but they will have a corner, so it's a bit of a to and fro game and tie overall at this stage as they put a ball in and Lee Junji claims that nicely for us. It's still 0-0, 3-2 on aggregate, but the highlight continues, so hopefully we might be able to catch them as they get back into the defensive shape here to Jeonbuk. Willock makes his way forward. Oh, Wang Yun's in a wonderful space and behind the defense, holds the ball up. Oristanio now on the ball, edge of the box, looking to find someone. Way from outside the box. Oh, what a strike. He's got that in his locker. You would have seen that before the first game. And now it is 1-0 on the day, 4-2 on aggregate, and we still have those 3 away goals as well. So it's looking so good for us now. That is a heck of a strike from Wei. As we said, he's got that in his locker. Oristanio thought that was a bit of a nothing ball, but Wei, he's always capable of a long rifle shot. And that's another one, top right corner. And we're 1-0 up after 11 minutes, 4-2 on aggregate. 17 minutes gone. Jeonbuk with a throw-in inside their own half, but they do keep possession and look to drive forward, although Willock with a good interception for us there. And we might look to make it 2-0, although Wei, after getting that good goal earlier, does lose possession. A little bit messy, but now we get back on the ball, although we lose it again, so it's a bit to and fro in the midfield at the moment, but it is still 1-0 to us. Well, that's a nice ball for Bruno, and he beats Lee Junji at the near post, and just like that, it's back at 1-0 on the day. Still got a 1-goal advantage on aggregate, but they do have an away goal back, so hopefully we don't concede too many more of those, albeit they would need to get 3 still to be going through in this tie. It's a little bit soft from us after a little bit of a messy stuff in the midfield, but after 20 minutes, 1-1 on the day, 4-3 on aggregate. 38 minutes gone, not much has happened since Jeonbuk equalised on the day, but they're in possession here, although we do snuff that, and now Anderson driving forward and goes through defence like they're not there. Has a shot. Good save from Park Bong-jin there to keep it at 1-1 about 7 minutes before halftime. Really good chance for us there. Good work from Anderson, but they keep the score level at 1-1, and he claims the corner as well. So we might be going into halftime with the scores all square on the day, but 4-3 on aggregate. And that indeed is halftime. 1-1. We got a goal around the 10th minute. They struck back fairly soon after that. through Bruno or Gusto, but pretty even game. You can see shots by each team is pretty even. They are matching it with us quite well. Their XG is in fact higher, so probably need to rack the boys up a little bit at half time, but we've still got that 1 goal advantage. If we can get one more, ideally even 2 goals in that second half, I think we'll be going through, as long as we don't leak too many and give away that away goal advantage we got in the first leg. But still pretty happy with how things are going, even though the scoreline on the day remains 1-1 because it is 4-3 on aggregate as we get going in the second half. 48 minutes gone. It's a free kick to Jeonbuk, but we might get on the end of this through Willock, and we do. So we look to make it 2 early on. That's a lovely ball for Oceania, and yet again he slots it through, and we are back to the 2-goal cushion we were after. 2-1 on the day, 5-3 on aggregate, and that's a great start to the second half. Willock, who has been on a pretty average rating, was wondering what he was doing, but that is a really nice ball from him with his left foot. Oceania with the run-up from that box-to-box roll, slots it away nicely in the bottom left corner, and we're now in a really good spot with only 40 minutes to go. 2-1 up on the day and 5-3 on aggregate, albeit we now have a throw-in, so hopefully we can get the cushion goal on the day to really wrap this tie up, although Wang plays a poor ball forward there, and it will be Jeonbuk looking to get back in this. A good header there from Zeng on a yellow card, so we might have to take him off soon. Have someone in the midfield who can put a good tackle in, and Bruno is left in a ton of space there somehow. Edge of the box, good tackle from Diakabe, and now we look to get rid of this. We do, but now it is Jeonbuk able to get something going from the clearance. They play a ball for Kim, given a lot of space, and unfortunately, that cushion gap that we had has immediately disappeared. 2-2 after 52 minutes. That's really soft from us. A poor clearance. I'm not sure who that was. And then they're able to pick a ball out here. Kim Young-Kwan with just too much space, too much pace for our defence. Beats the goalkeeper at the near post, not very well positioned. And it's back to 2-2 and 5-4 on aggregate after 52 minutes. 54 minutes gone, and we have a goal kick here to Beijing Guoan, looking to cling on to this 1-goal lead, because with the score being 2-2 on the day, if they get a goal back, it would go to extra time because they will have the 3 away goals that we got from the first leg. So it's on a bit of a knife edge, this tie. All of a sudden, conceding a few more goals than we'd like to in this home league, but we are on the attack here. Wang finds Wei, bit too far out for a shot. Willock puts it away, but he's offside. Looked too good to be true, and it will remain 2-2 on the day, 5-4 on aggregate. It's a nice ball from Wei after Wang finds him, but he's just offside, nearly being played on by the right centre-back, but it will remain 2-2, as it is a clearance free kick there from Jeonbuk after that offside, but we are in possession again and get the ball up to Oceania, and we look to go on the attack again. Anderson holding the ball up. Zeng just outside the box. Wei, what can he do? Finds Fu in a bit of space just inside the box. Back to Wei. He'll find Anderson with a shot. Hits the bar. That would have sealed it. Really good chance, but it's still 2-2. 63 minutes gone here, and we have a corner looking for a cushion goal in the overall tie. Again, with only 1-goal advantage, and with the away goals rule, we really need to keep them to 2 goals on the day, but we're on the attack here. Anderson just inside the box, tries to put a ball in, it's blocked by Richards, and they are looking to get going on the counter attack here, and they might, as Kim Young-Kwan makes his way through our defence pretty easily on the edge of the box. What can he do here? Holding the ball up, we'll find Kim, point blank range header, but luckily Lee Junji makes a good save, and it remains 2-2 on the day and 5-4 on aggregate. But I think we're going to make a change here. Zhuang Jing is on a yellow card, so I think we're going to bring Wang Chen on for him. Tell him not to ease off tackles, because that could help break things up a bit more in the midfield, and we'll carry on with the 1-goal advantage with 24 minutes to go in the second leg of this tie. 72 minutes gone, and they have a free kick to Jeonbuk, and Hyundai is on the ball here for them, and Richards. Again, a few yellow cards being picked up by both teams in this game, so discipline not at its best, but hopefully we can hang on to make this game end in 5-4 after 90 minutes. Lee Junji forced into a good save, can't hang on to it, but it will be a corner, so we'll take that over the goal. And they're certainly coming at us now as Jeonbuk. They have the corner, they whip it in high and long, but Lee claims it again, and it does remain 2-2. And we will make some changes here. A few players on red hearts, both Wei and Willock. So for those, I think we're going to bring Chen on for Willock, and it will be Zhuang on for Wei in the advanced playmaker role. Those are our 3 subs. Hopefully that will do us until the 90-minute mark, and that will be the end of the game. We don't want extra time, because then that will definitely test us. But at the moment, 2-all on the day, 5-4 on aggregate with only 17 minutes left to go. 81 minutes gone. We're in the last 10 minutes looking to cling on to this lead from the first leg, and we make our way in field through. Anderson has a shot just wide. Still trying to wrap this up, but it remains 2-all, 5-4 on aggregate. 88 minutes gone, and it's a goal kick from Jeonbuk. We get on the end of that, but not for long, and it's really squeaky bum time for us here, just looking to cling on, close down any opportunities they create, although they get that out to Kim Dong-min. That side they've really exploited today, first through Bruno Augusto, as he's got 2 goals against us, but, sorry, 1 goal against us today, but this is a real to and fro game over both legs. It feels like that goal we got with 10 men in the first leg could prove very important here as we're in possession with only 1 minute of regular time to go. Fanyana makes his way down the left wing but loses possession, and somehow we've let Kim get on the end of that. That's really poor. Plays it to another Kim. Ji-soo it is this time. Makes his way through our defence on the edge of the box, and Soleil with a boot, and in fact it's Diakabe. It will go out for a corner, but boy, we're pushing it. We're really just clinging on here. They have the corner and leave with a good save, and it will remain 2-all for now. And not long off the back of that, another highlight for Jeonbuk. We get a foot in there through Oceania, just looking to hold on. We don't want to give them any chances. We don't need to. But boy, there's some sloppy passing in our own half here. And they're back on the ball. There's Jeonbuk, a ball over the top. We do deal with it though. Now Chen is on the ball. Back to Fu. Back to Chen. And we look to drive forward, play this in the right half of the field. Would be a good start, as we only have 2 and a bit more minutes to go. Chen on the ball again, just on the byline, tries to put a ball in. It is blocked. It will be a corner though. We'll tell the boys to time waste even more than we told them to before off camera. Make it frequent. We've only got 2 minutes of extra time now, so hopefully this corner takes a long time, but just take as much time as you need to there, Gaetano. We do not need to be in a hurry. Unfortunately, the corner straight at Park. And now we're in the 92nd minute. It's another throw into Jeonbuk. So boy, they are getting a lot of possession late on here. We haven't changed the mentality. It's still on positive. We've just told the boys to waste time a bit more. A little bit of a sloppy first touch there from Diakabe, but we do deal with it in the end, albeit the clearance goes straight to Jeonbuk, and they can launch another attack. Not a great pass there, so they're on the back foot slightly, but now they look to go for Kim Sang-ho out to Yoon Young-woo. He puts a ball and it's blocked. It will go out for another corner, but we are now in the final minute looking to make our way through to the semi-finals of the Champions League here in Asia. They put the ball in. Lee Junji comes out and claims it, yet again having a good game from corners he is. He let a few sloppy goals in the first leg from memory. That might be a little bit harsh, but for now he's doing a pretty good job for us. 2-all. We give possession away pretty softly again, so one last attack for Jeonbuk, but we deal with it. Orestani up to Anderson, run to the corner. My son is going to cut in field. Back to Wang, and that is it. And we go through to the Asian Champions League semi-final. There were some nervy moments in those last few minutes of that game, but in the end we get the job done. 2-all on the day, so not our most comprehensive performance at home, but given some of the changes we had to make with Fu and Zhang Jing coming in, we will take that result all day long. That last goal we got in the first leg, as we mentioned, laying that game, proving extremely important. The goal we got with 10 men is the one that's given us the win here. 2-all on the day, but 5-4 on aggregate, and we'll show you guys who else is going to be in the semi-finals of this Asian Champions League shortly. So a very tense and tight game over 2 legs, that one. Luckily, the red card in the first leg not costing us much at all. In fact, I think we kept the scoreline equal after that red card in the first leg, as it was 2-1 at that stage, and we made it 3-2. And as I said, that goal so important as we go through 5-4 on aggregate. And from here on out, we already knew that it was going to be a Chinese team that we're going to be playing in the semi-finals should we make it that far. So that's a plus, because we're doing very well domestically this season. So if we can keep that up in the semi-finals, hopefully against a managerless team in the final, based on what we had happening in Oceania and Africa, I'll be pretty confident going into that. And if we scroll up in this inbox, it is Shanghai Port who we're playing, and I'm actually quite happy with that, even though they're higher in the table in the Super League. Shandong Luneng have given us a few more headaches in the games we've played against them this season, so quite happy with that result. They will go through as well. If we go to the Champions League quarterfinals, you can see 2-2 in the second leg, so that first leg important for them as they went through 3-2 on aggregate. And in the other half of the draw, Al Nassr from Saudi Arabia going through over Al Juhail from Qatar 2-0, and Al Saad with that nice 4-0 first leg win, as you'd expect, are also going to be in the other semi-final. So to round things up in the Champions League, Al Saad from Qatar against Al Nassr from Saudi Arabia in the first semi-final, and then it is going to be Shanghai Port versus us, Beijing Guoan, in the other semi, starting to feel a little bit more confident of our chances now that we have knocked out the team that we turned down job-wise. That is a bit of a relief. It is fair to say. Glad we went here in the end, even though I had some pretty big doubts earlier on in the year. But I think that will do for today's episode. It's been a bit of a bumper one with both legs being quite tight and tense and a few games in between as well. We'll come back for the first leg of that Champions League semi-final and show you guys the second one as well, because there's no games in between, albeit a pretty big gap in between those games. So we should have first choice players available and really fresh for those games, which is nice. And hopefully in the 2 games in between now and then, we can also wrap up the domestic title, only needing a few more points to seal that. So it's looking pretty good for us here at Beijing Guoan. Hopefully we can just keep this good run of form we've had since about April going, and hopefully we can do another one and done perhaps and get the 5th piece of the 6 we need to complete this Hexagon challenge. But if you did enjoy today's episode, I hope you did. There were 2 really good tight games, and remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already, then also consider hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated and helps out with all the YouTube algorithm stuff. But until the next time I see you, it will be Shanghai Port over 2 legs in the AFC Champions League semi-final, and hopefully we'll have a trophy lift from the Super League by then as well. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.